So, live from New York City, it appears like my Google Hangouts is back working again after a week, which is huge. And you know, we take a lot of stuff for granted, and when something goes wrong, all of a sudden we realize how much we need it. So, what I'm talking about today is how do you turn $99 into $100,000? Yeah, okay, at which point 99.9% of people will turn off this video because they'll think it's total BS. Okay, rightly so. We don't need to work with them anyway. So, there's a couple of things, and it starts with here and here. Okay, number one, we see professional sports people making all kinds of money very, very fast and buying Bentleys and houses and watches and all kinds of materialistic BS. And 3 years after they finish their career, unless they get a gig coaching or commentating or after dinner speaking, especially I think it's either the NFL or the NBA, it's one of them. The statistic is horrendously high for the amount of them that are bankrupt within 3 years of finishing. So the first thing is, are we worth the money? So to understand that, we have to proclaim our abundance. We have to proclaim we have to feel worthy of the abundance. Otherwise, we get it and give it away quickly. It's like the term I used to hear is it burns a hole in our pockets. Quick as it comes in, we can't spend it fast enough. So that's the first step. How do we do that? I've been in a situation in my life where I've made. Like life's roller coaster. Made a couple of million 1 year and nothing the next year. And when you're making it, it seems like it's going to last forever. So you spend it accordingly. Now I don't. Now I'm mindful of the fact that it's a roller coaster. So when you've got it, there's no point. For me personally, there's no point buying all kinds of crap. I don't have to go out and impress anyone. I don't have to do anything. I'm just happy to be me. So the first thing is to feel worthy of the abundance, because the 100,000 is just a number. It's just a number. That's it. And it doesn't matter if it's 100,000 or 100 million. If we don't feel worthy, we're just going to blow it. And it comes from here. Okay, so when you get your worthiness, when you get that, one way of doing it is by daily proclamations. That seems to work for me. And surround yourself with the right people. So before we can even get to earning that, we've got to feel worthy that we are worth that. Otherwise, we're going to have a mental block on it. And I used to have that mental block. I used to have that mental block at $1,000 a week. I used to have that mental block at $100,000 a year. And the only times I got through that block was by accident. The world used to have a mental block on a 4-minute mile. The world used to have a mental block on steam trains. I think it was 30 miles an hour. Doctors said if you go faster than 30 miles an hour, your lungs will implode and you'll have a heart attack. Think about that, okay? This is the BS that we listen to every day. So you might be watching this, saying, "Okay, I want to, I'm going to go earn 100,000 a year," and it might be your parents or your brother or your wife or your husband saying to you, "You can't do that. You know what? Just get rid of them." Yeah, that's harsh, but we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. That's a quote from Jim Rohn. We are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with, and unfortunately, if you're just spending time with people, if you're just put yourself on mute there. If you're just spending time with people, by default, just do yourself on mute, please.
Yeah.
Good to see you. You there? Okay, cool, got it. Thank you. Good to see you. With a smile. So, we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. Unfortunately, most people don't choose those 5 people. Most people have those 5 people by default. and most people's 5 people are holding them back. And this is just, you know, when you wake up to this and actually write down right now who the 5 people are you spend the most time with. And if you've got goals in your life, if you want to do something, if you want to retire at 30 years old, if you want to go travel around the world, if you want to just, whatever it is, buy a new Lamborghini, buy a house, give money to charity, spend more time with the, you know, dog shelter, whatever it is, okay? You've got to look at those 5 people you spend the most time with. And unfortunately, this is a harsh truth. Unfortunately, you're probably going to have to change some of them. It's a fact, okay? Because if you've got the same 5 people in your life now as you had 10 years ago, you know what? Your life's in the same spot. It's not progressed. You've got to very carefully pick those 5 people. It doesn't mean disassociate from the others. It means spend more time with the right people and less with the other ones. That's it, okay? And if that person is your parent or your husband or your wife or whatever, if that's what's holding you back, I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. Okay? And it won't change until you change those 5. So, from that point, what will happen is you will start absorbing from the right places. One other thing I would tell you right now, if you want to get where you want to get, whether it's 100,000 a year or 100 million a year, one thing I will tell you right now, never, ever, 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 ever pick up a newspaper and turn your TV off. That's it. Okay? You know what? Just don't go anywhere near the news. A, it's BS. B, you can't do anything about it. C, it's going to screw with your mind. Okay? You're on your mission. What's going on down the block, down the street, in the next city, in the next country, the other side of the world, it's nothing to do about it. Forget about it. Okay, carry on with your path, your mission, and help others that you can. You can change lives right now, but you've got to disassociate yourself with all the BS in the world. Excuse me. So this $99 to $100,000 a year is nothing to do with the money side of things. It's to do with you. It stems from you. It stems from within. And once you're clear, once you're clear of all the garbage that's out there, all the mental clutter, all the white noise that's going there, backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. Once you're clear of all that, at that point, we're good to go. So what do? The first thing we do is we find something that is suitable for the economy and the times, okay? And we don't try and figure it out on our own. We find someone that's already doing it, and we call them and contact them and pick their brains until we've got it, until we've got their information. And then we morph that into our own. So, you know, I was fortunate in my life to have a couple of great mentors. Pearson McDonald was a guy that was the greatest storyteller I've seen, but he was also the guy I morphed into when it came to public speaking. Why? Because I watched him every single day, every day. I watched him. At some point, he grabbed me and threw me on stage and said, "It's your turn." So if we're waiting for things to become perfect, you know what? Your mentor is just going to drop you right in it one day. Because your mentor will know when you are ready. You may not know. Your mentor will. So Pearson dropped me on stage and said, "You're up." Now, I was the quiet kid in school. You can believe that or believe that not, but I was the quiet kid in school. If it was coming around the class and everyone had to read out loud, I would put my hand up. I want to go to the bathroom. I would go home. I'd run out of school. I couldn't read in public. I could read, but I couldn't read in public. I was that quiet kid. So when Pearson threw me on stage in front of 40 of my peers and said, "You're up," I froze. You know, if there was a Harry Potter wish to open the ground up and swallow me whole, I would have done it. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to talk about. So literally, I stood in front of 40 people and said, Pearson's maybe up here. I don't know what to do or what to talk about. And somebody, I can't remember who it was, somebody in the room said, "Tell us your story." Ah, that's easy. I don't have to make anything up. My story I know, as do you. You know your story. One of the greatest things you can do for yourself right now, I used to talk a lot about going on a public speaking course. Dale Carnegie does them all over the world, or Dale Carnegie Institute, whatever it's called. Go on a public speaking course, or just do this. Start a YouTube channel, go out. This is how I started with videos. Go out and make a 2-minute video about why you're making a video. A 2-minute video about why you are making a video. You make it, do it off your phone. Don't need paparazzi. You don't need makeup and hair and whatever. You don't need hair and makeup. And just make it off your phone. Now here's the key. Here's the crucial thing. One take. Turn your phone around. One take. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever. And post it without looking at it. Send it out into internet land without looking at it. Because when you start looking at it, you'll start going into your own head and second guessing yourself. Okay? Do it by intuition. Do it by, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start it today. Right now, as soon as you get off this call, start a YouTube channel and make a video. Again, most people won't do it. Doesn't matter. Okay? I'm talking the ones that do. And you can make it by whatever you want. So what we're talking about here is getting ourselves in that place where we can move forward, because the number, the 100,000, is just a figure. But until we have the self-confidence, until we have the worthiness, until we understand abundance, there's trillions of dollars flying around. As I'm speaking to you right now, there's trillions flying around. We're talking about 100,000 a year here. It's nothing, nada. Okay, in my 20s, I was earning that a month. It's not a lot of money, but it's a mental barrier. So we have to understand that it's very, very doable. And it is very, very doable. So that's the figure, that's the target. And you know what? Once you're 100,000 a year, then the next target might be 500,000 or 1 million or 10 million or 100 million, whatever it is, step by step by step by step. Okay? It's just a number. So when we've got a number, we find a vehicle to help us get to that number. Okay? And the vehicle can often be very, very simple. However, what you've got to grasp here is it doesn't matter what the outside economy is doing. That has no bearing whatsoever on our internal economy. Okay? There's a depression, a recession, and blah, 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 blah. All right. Those are for people that read newspapers. That's for the people that read the news. It's all BS. More money, more wealth is created in downturn economies than any other time in history. It's a simple fact. More money is created in downward economies than any other time in history. That's the fact. So the economy is shaky, should we say? You know, I'm kind of immune to it here. You know, I'm in Manhattan. It's recession proof. We literally, I just met some guys on the street there who were you know, stood at the lights with 4 suitcases, lost, obviously. Okay. And I just walked across the road and said, "You guys lost, can I help you?" And they tell me, "Try and get to this, that, and the other." And you know, it turns out, this is interesting actually. The one girl that was there, she said, "Are you from Manchester?" I said, "I grew up in Manchester." "Yeah." "Me too." I said, "Where are you from?" "Prestwich." I said, "No, you really?" "Yeah." And she said, "My mum works at the Church Inn." I said, "My buddy used to own the Church Inn." So in a city of 14 million people, I meet someone whose mum works at a pub that I used to frequent. Fancy that. But I'm chatting with them, and there's other people, and said, "Well, I really like America." And I had to say, "Listen, you're not in America. You're in New York City. This is not America. America's the other side of the river. This is New York City. We have no clue what's going on in America. We are totally immune to everything. You're in the city. Recessions, don't even know the word." Okay, so I'm kind of disconnected with what's going on. However, my feel from everywhere else in the Western world is Economies are shaky, jobs are shaky, futures shaky. So in that market, because the market exists beyond where I live, in that marketplace, I need to find myself and position myself ahead of the market. I need to get ahead of the curve. So if I've got luxury goods, okay, probably not the best market. If I'm in the vacation industry, probably not the best market. If I'm in an industry that suits the market, which as it happens I am, I'm good to go. So my point here is getting a startup. What's the best startup? Is it a franchise? Yeah, I don't know. But I certainly wouldn't spend $100,000 on a Subway or a whatever, Domino's, to be working behind the counter 70 hours a week and having, overheads, rent, staff, For me, that's a horrendous business model. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not trying to buy myself a job, but invest 100,000 of the bank's money to buy myself a job. Who does that? Well, apparently lots of people, because they're buying their freedom, but it's not free. They're buying another job. So what we're talking about here is get yourself in position where you've got something that you can work at your own hours. But you've got to work it. It might not be apparent to anyone else you're actually doing any work, but you've got to work it. So you get a startup, and there's lots of them out there, and you've got to decide for yourself. You get a startup, and here's the magic tip. You got a startup, you find the guy that's doing the best in that startup, and you pick up the phone and call that guy. And you pick that guy's brains. So I'm in a startup that's, whatever, $99 this week. It's $3.99, I think, next week. $99. So when I got in it, I wasn't on a $99, it was a couple $100, but I connected with the guy that went from a couple $100 to $150,000 in 12 months. I went, right, that's who I'm going to talk to. I'm not going to talk to the guy that's broke to find out how to do it. I'm not going to try and work it out on my own. I've done that before. It doesn't work. What I've got to do is literally hang on to the guy's every word. Drive the guy mad. Call him every day. Right, I've got this bit of the jigsaw. Next. I'm not a fast learner at all. I'm from that school of ready, fire, aim. I've just started completely unprepared. Same as the videos. No clue what I'm doing. I just go out, something will pop in my head. Oh, that's an idea. Go. Fire. Okay? And then when we make mistakes, or it's not working, and be mindful enough to understand, okay, I spoke with 20 people today, something's not working here. What do? Pick up the phone, call the mentor. Right, this is where I'm up to. This is where I've got to. This is what I'm doing. What next? Wow. Okay. Write it down, put it on paper, go. Boom. Next. Next day. Okay, I've got to that point. Next piece of the jigsaw. Boom. Next piece of the jigsaw. Boom. Next piece of the jigsaw. And at some point, that jigsaw will be complete enough where you can teach other people how to make jigsaws. And that's where I'm at right now. I went from $20 a week to $28,739 a week in 8 weeks. And I didn't do it all on my own. What I did is I learned something well enough to show others how to teach others how to do it. So it's not a case of me being able to teach others, it's me being able to teach others how to teach. And that's where it's at. The beautiful thing with these Hangouts and these YouTube things is, I'm kind of duplicated every single minute of every single day. There's people watching. Tony Robbins, there was some statistic, and it was, at any time of the day, 20,000 people are watching Tony Robbins. And this was before YouTube. So it's a case of looking and watching over and 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 over again until we absorb this stuff. So how do we turn $99 into $100,000? So here's what you do. You two guys, there's a bunch of people watching this, but you two guys on the VIP on the live link there. So Gary from Colorado and Shrina from the smiling in Leicester, UK. I love global businesses. We start. You guys have both started, so you've done the first step. So that's the first thing, okay, is, you know, the people say, well, I'll learn how to do it, then I'll invest. No, okay? You're not getting it. People who are doing that aren't getting it, okay? Because once you invest, then the vaults are open, then you get everything, okay? Then you get everything. To sit from the sidelines and watch, you're going to get a rude awakening. 2 years ago, I had people watching my previous business I got rid of. 2 years ago. They're calling me now, asking me for things about that. I said, no, it's gone, sold, done. You're out? Yeah, I'm out. Sold. Well, I was going to join your business. Yeah, you looked at it 2 years ago. You know what? I just moved on anyway. Doesn't matter to me. It's not going to change my life whether one person works for me or not. It's going to change theirs. Because there's always one person. And there's no emotion involved with that one person until I start working with that one person. So the one sitting on the periphery watching, there's no emotion involved at all. It doesn't matter to me who it is. But when someone starts working with me, there's a shift, a massive shift in my connection with that person. A massive shift. And, you know, it's, to paraphrase Gordon Gekko, you're either on the outside looking in or you're on the inside looking out. So we're on the inside looking out. Those on the outside are not awake to what's going on. So $99. I charge $1,000 an hour to talk to whoever it is, and it's always been the same price, and it's been that for 20 years. $1,000 an hour. So if it's a company or if someone who wants me to talk to me, it's $1,000 an hour. That's what it is. However, for people that work with me, it's free. So $99, okay, into a business that is perfectly positioned, that is a category creator, that is a total no-brainer, that doesn't need to be sold or pitched or anything. It's a no-brainer. It's like toilet roll. People go into the supermarket, it's never on sale. Why? Because people know they need it. Like milk. Why do they put it at the back? So you buy all the other stuff on the way to it. But it's not something that there's no one stood giving free samples of toilet roll or milk away saying try this. No. People buy it. People buy into it. Okay? So the situation is, unless you've got something like that for your $99 business, you're going to be working hard. So A, get yourself in a category creator that's right for the economy. We have a business right now, saves an average family in America over $9,000 a year. And it's a $99 startup. It's a no-brainer. You can get your money back in the first day if you're utilizing that side of the business. It doesn't matter if you're in the UK or Trinidad or France or Peru. You can run a business into the biggest commercial market in the world, North America. It's all online. So get yourself in a business that's global and that is online. Otherwise, you're going to be the guy in Domino's Pizza that paid $100,000 to work 70 hours a week. Get yourself into a business that's global and that's online. Okay? And then when you do that, follow the program exactly in terms of when you've got a mentor and they say, this is what you do now, this is what you do next, this is what you do next. At that point, this is what we do next. Okay? There's no wheel needs reinvented. Okay? So you've got one guy that made 0 to 150,000 plus in the first 12 months doing a test market. You've got another guy that went from $20 to $28,739 a week in 8 weeks. And both these guys have made millions a year from 0. You know what? I'd take their advice. I'd pick their brains. So $100,000 a year, that's a figure that is a hurdle. So if you make $100,000 in the first year, that's fine. To me, you've massively underachieved, but that's fine because I get it. It's perceptively, if you've never done it before, perceptively it's a lot of money. And that's where the worthiness comes into it. Am I worthy of this? So, I've seen this before. I've seen young kids come into offices. One leaps to mind in Manchester was this young kid that came in with literally with holes in his shoes, and 2 weeks later he's earning a couple of thousand a week, and he's wearing Versace t-shirts and didn't feel worthy of it. The irony is, his mother actually came to the office to check out if it was real because she thought it was dealing drugs. That's ridiculous of it. So that goes back to the 5 people you spend the most time with. His own parents couldn't grasp 100,000 a year. I told him to move out. Simple. Okay. Yeah, stay friends with your parents, but don't spend all your time with them. They're holding you back. Unfortunately, this is life. So we got to make a decision. We have to make a decision based on us, not what anyone else wants, us. So if your decision is, I need to go out there and I need to go make $1 million a month, because if I do that for a year, or 2 years, or 5 years, then I can take the rest of my life off and do what I want to do. Whether it's travel, I mean, that's my gift, travel. I love traveling. Last time we had an IPO, I took 8 years off, went traveling, did all kinds of wonderful stuff. Lived in the south of France, lived in Monaco, mopped a deck on a boat for a month and stayed on the boat. Trained to be a chef in a jungle in northern Thailand. I mean, I just can't tell you all this bizarre stuff that I did. And Curtis, just put yourself on mute, man. Good to see you.
I will. Hold on.
Thanks, bro.
Sorry, I just got on.
Nice beard.
Thank you. I'm just damn sorry.
All right, we're good. Yep, got it. So this is where we're at in terms of it's that worthiness. So when you hit it and whatever your goals are, and this is so important in terms of if we're just making a goal of 100,000 a year, that's just not going to work at all. It's just not going to work. If the goal is just a figure, it's just not going to work because it's just a number. It's just a number. It means nothing. It's what it gives you. So if you think 100,000 a year is going to give you freedom, which in reality it's not, but if you think it's going to give you freedom, okay, you need to define what that freedom is. What is that freedom? Is that freedom that I can live the rest of my life in hotels with room service? Well, not 100,000 a year, you're not going to. But, is it going to free me up to travel around the world? Yeah, a little bit. Okay, but here's the thing. You get into a business that makes you 100,000 this year, and the business is right, next year it should automatically double, at least double. Okay, I look to double my business every week. I look to increase 100% per week. That's what I look for. I look for businesses that I can be in profit within 48 hours. I look for businesses that are easy startups. I look for businesses that are not, I get deals thrown at me all the time. Just it's 100,000 this, and it's this super complicated business plan. I say, I'm not interested. I'm not investing 100,000 in a business. I can start a business for a few hundred. Yeah, but over 5 years, it's like 100,000 will turn into 5 million. I can do that with a couple hundred. With less effort and less stress and less BS. Nice and simple. So where we're at is 100,000 a year. It's a benchmark. What can often happen is once you start getting ahead of the game and all of a sudden exponential growth goes on and you find, boom, crap, I made 100,000 in 3 months. Raise the game. Raise the game. All of a sudden, when we get to the horizon, we can see further. It's just a number. So we have to define what it is we actually want. We have to define what it is we want. And it's not what I want. I can't give you goals. I can give you ideas, but I can't give you goals. Okay? I have mine. I have my specific goals. Mine, New Year's Eve, I'm done, I'm out of here, I'm finished, I'm taking the rest of my life off and going traveling. Does that mean I'm not going to do anything again? No, not at all. I've got an online business. By New Year's Eve, it'll run itself, okay? And I'll pop up now and again on video, wherever I'm in the world, and do this. And these things get duplicated out. And all of a sudden, when they get duplicated out, the inbox starts filling up. Over and 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 over again. Never stops. You know, right now, that's this week's people who've asked me about business. So I'm always backed up about 30 people. Is that going to drop? No, it's going to be more. You know, 3 months from now, I'm going to be backed up 300 people because I'm getting inquiries quicker than I can actually respond to them and deal with them. So how do we do that? It's what we project. It's who we are. It's everything about us. Okay. When people see the ones that were laughing 2 months ago, the ones that are watching this now and not commenting, the ones that are watching on social media, and here's something about social media, 3% of people comment, 7% like, 90% watch and say nothing. And what I know about social media is the posts that are non-business get more likes and comments on them. The posts that are slightly tilted towards business don't, but they create inbox messages. So that's where we're at. It doesn't matter if it's real life or social media. It's the same. It's exactly the same. You know, my social media is the same as my real life. It's not a charade. That's how it is. That's how it is. And people sometimes are shocked that I'm the same in reality as I am on Facebook or whatever. Yeah, of course. That's the whole point of it. It's the whole point of it. It's not, you know, these people with fake profiles and they put stunning pictures of themselves up that look suspiciously like Jennifer Lopez and things like this. Okay? Be yourself. Just be yourself. And when that happens, and when people see you, and when people realize it's actually you, they start taking notice. They start taking notice. And you know what? The law of abundance? There's trillions of dollars out there every day. The law of abundance is when I am abundance, it trickles in and starts trickling in faster, then faster, then faster. Then that trickle flows into a river and a stream and a river, and all of a sudden, woof, tsunami. We don't go from zero to tsunami without a stream, then a river. So once we feel that abundance and once people feel that energy from us, all of a sudden, boom. But to get to that point, it takes a lot of paddling. And, you know, there's people that will drop off. This is hard. This is it's not working the way I wanted it to. I do the opposite. When something's not working how I want it to, I pick up the phone and call the guy who it is working for and say, this is why, you know, I was calling Darren every day for 2 months. I still call him every day. Right, okay, I've got this. This is what's happened. Okay, right, I keep hearing this. Ah, okay, right, I'm on it. And that's it. And it's the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. And, you know, last week he taught me a technique for people sitting on the fence that are good to go, but afraid to take the step. And it was just, you know, one phrase. That's it. Boom. 4 people, straight away. So, for 100,000, I mean, in our particular business, that's just 88 people. So divide that by 3 because of the way the pay program works. That's 29 people. Divide that by 3. That's 10 people. So to turn $99 into $100,000 a year, and you can relate this to any currency you want. Really, 6 to 8 people, 10 people. Okay, but then when you get your 10, teach, mentor, connect them. You don't have to be the you know, you can be the what's the term here? You can be the wingman, not the point man. Connect them with people already doing it. You don't have to make it work yourself. Just connect them, and it's so easy. You got someone not sure about jumping in business with you. You know what? Connect them with me. Show a video. Connect them with Darren. Connect them with someone that's doing it. Don't try and fake it till you make it. People will see through that. And one of the common questions is, so how much you made out of this business? You know what? It's not your business. It's not. I don't ask people. I don't go out to random people in the street and say, so how much you make this week? It's insane. Who does that? Apparently, you're laughing there, but it goes on. Apparently, for us in this world, we're fair game for anyone to ask anything they want. But as soon as I ask back, how much you make this week? I don't know. How much do you make this week? It's not your business. Ah, same as me. But it's there to be done. It's there to be done. So 100K a year is not a lot of money unless you've never earned it. Then perceptively it's a lot of money. If I said how to turn $99 into 100 million a year, for me that's a lot of money. I've never earned that. I don't know how to do it, and I don't know a mentor that has from zero, from $99. I don't know anyone that's made 100 million a year from $99. If you know the guy, give him my number, please. Okay, I want to know how that's done. Okay, I want to pick that guy's brains. However, where we're at right now, $99. You're getting something that's suitable for the market. You're getting something that's global. You're getting something that's online. You're getting something that's suitable for the economy. And you're getting something that is easily duplicatable so you can copy yourself and share. So with this video right now, there's people watching, there's people on live links. This will go out, and I don't know how many times this will be shared over my lifetime. I might look at it myself in another 30 years and think, wow, I've not aged. Or maybe. It's, it's out there. Okay? It's not hard to do. You get that, you get in, you take your step, you get a mentor, and then you pick your mentor's brains till they stop answering the phone to you. And at that point, you will know that they know you are ready. At that point, and I'm going back here a month, where I work with Darren. If you're not following Darren Little on Facebook, I work with Darren, and one of my guys in the UK, Mike, we had to do a launch for him, which is this kind of a thing, a hangout launch. I said, right, get Darren to do the launch for you, and the message I got back was, tell Tony to do it himself, he's ready. I went, I am? Oh crap, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I just did it anyway. Okay, so now I love doing launches for people. Give me 20 launches a day to do. Well, maybe not 20, that's a bit much. But give me a bunch to do. I'll do it all day long. Launch people's businesses. I've gone from, 4 years ago, the guy that shunned technology and wouldn't go near it, to the opposite, where I'm totally, okay, I need to do a launch in, I don't know, Addis Ababa. I need to do a launch in Phnom Penh. Okay, let's fire up the Wi-Fi. Doesn't matter. Okay, so what I'm saying is this, okay, get yourself in, get yourself involved, get a mentor, and all of a sudden, you hit 4 figures in your first month. All of a sudden. You hit 5 figures in your second month. And then you get the momentum, keep it going, keep it going. You create a 6-figure annual income by the 3rd month, or the 2nd month, whatever. And at that point, you'll be mentoring others. It's a shift. It happens. And when that happens, all of a sudden, boom, you're at 7 figures. And that $100,000 block is just totally gone. Holy crap. I made that by accident. I didn't even know. I wasn't expecting. Okay. My back office is just filling up, filling up, filling up, filling up. Okay, what will not come in your head, what will definitely not come in your head is, how do I stop this happening? How do I stop my pay coming in? It's too much. Stop now. No, that won't happen. I went from $20 to $28,739. Why? I never checked the numbers. I still don't check the numbers. What goes in is what goes in, Build it and they will come. I just checked that I was doing the right thing right. Money is the byproduct of doing the right thing right. So, back then, it was a case of the company I was working with back then, any check over 4,000 had to have 2 signatures on them. So consequently, I would get, 2 checks a week, one for 4,000 and one for the change. And then went to 3 a week. And all I ever did was I asked Trish, because she did all my, I work with people I totally trust. I have no issue at all with it. So I'd say to Trish, just go and open the thing up and just drop it in a bank. I wouldn't even look at them. But the question I was asked was, how many checks this week? This sounds ridiculous. How many checks this week? Not how much. How many checks this week? 4,000, 8,000, 12,000, 16, 20, 24, 28. One check, 8,000, 12,000, 16,000, 20,000, 24,000, 28,000. How many checks this week, Trish? You got 9 this week. How did I get 9? I don't know. No, I don't know either. All right, bank them. And it was just like that. From 20, I think my second check was from $20 to maybe 300 in a week, which is huge. 300 is nothing. And then I kind of think I went to about 1,000 a week. Then all of a sudden, it didn't start multiplying until it started duplicating. Until I trained people to train other people. So it's not me mentoring people, it's me mentoring mentors for other people. And those guys have gone on to make, millions, tens of millions. I think there's 2 that are in the hundreds of millions. They don't talk about it, but we suspect. Okay, and what do? They just duplicate themselves. They pick your brains, pick your mentor's brains, copy. I spoke before about Pearson McDonald, who was the guy that I learned how to speak in public from. My speaking style is the same as Pearson's. If I'm on a live stage, I always have marker pens in my hand and pace around. Why? I don't know. Pearson used to do that, and that's what I not copied, but just happened. And I can go watch guys now that are 1, 2 people removed from me, that if I've seen this guy pacing the stage with a marker pen in his hand, I know that's from one of my guys. And as I'm doing this right now, there's probably 50, 100 of my guys around the world pacing around in front of a whiteboard with a marker pen in the hand. Pearson was one of my mentors. My other mentor, Tim, had a fantastic enthusiasm and fantastic work habits. Driven. So I just remember a time I was in Montreal, and Tim came in. I'd just taken over a Montreal office, and I had to kind of lead from the front, and it was a Friday night, and it was freezing cold, and the snow was a blizzard, blah, 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 blah. And at the time, we were selling water filters, door to door, and Tim was in town, and Tim wanted to party. However, I was also mindful of I couldn't quit at 8 o'clock and go party. Even though I'd made a few hundred for the day, I had to do a little bit more. I had to go till 9 o'clock. So I needed my team to go till 9 o'clock. Even though no one was watching and no one could see me, internally, I didn't want to do it, but I knew I had to do it. So between 8 and 9 o'clock, I actually earned about an extra $1,000. And I showed up for Tim late, and guess what? Guess what happened? Tim was blown away, because I was, maybe still, I was like party central. Any excuse, I'm in. Doesn't matter what hour of the day. I love it. I love enjoying myself. But I had this thing saying, I always not till 9. Even though I was running the business and everything was fine, I didn't need to, and it was a blizzard, and I'm out there in the cold, and I don't want to be out there, I need to not till 9. I need to just do one more door. I need to just go one more door, one more door, one more door, one more door. Okay? And if nothing happened between 8 and 9, that was fine. At 9, I said, okay, you know what? Why? Because Pearson always said, knock your last door at 9 o'clock. The kids are in bed, people are relaxed, they'll let you in. Always not till 9. I don't know, whatever it is. Or maybe I got finished about 10 o'clock with a couple of more sales, because I used to sell stuff back then. And I finally tracked down Tim in some bar in downtown Montreal, Like, Tom, where have you been? I wrote a few more deals, that's all. What? There's a blizzard out. Yeah, I know, but I always knock till 9. You know that. Guess what? I became Tim's business partner, partially, I feel, partially because something happened that day and there was a shift in Tim. Instead of me being a guy that worked for him, I became a guy that could work with him because I had the same work ethic as he did. And I still have that to this day. Even though I make it look easy, I still have that work ethic to this day. In terms of, if the phone's going, if it's midnight and the phone's going, if it's 4 in the morning, the phone's going, okay? And I don't chase, I'm not jumping on calls and things all the time now. But when I get up, I'm on it straight away. I make it look very easy. And it is, because it's not really work. All I'm doing is just chatting with people. Just connecting with people. Not pitching, I'm not selling, I'm not doing anything, I'm just connecting with people. And that shift, that work, is just me talking with people. Nothing more, nothing less. Just me talking with people. And from that, the most common Facebook inbox I get is, WTF do you do for a living? I can't figure it out. Yeah, I know that. I know you can't figure it out. Maybe there's a reason for that. The reason for that is people inbox me saying, WTF do you do for a living? I can't figure it out. And the less obvious it is, the more people are curious. And from that, I connect with people. What I don't do is, what do I do for a living? Oh, I've got this new wonder milk, toilet roll, blah, 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 blah. No, not at all. I just connect with people. We just connect, and we connect and connect and connect. And sometimes we can help each other. And sometimes, no, they're in a great place. They don't need anyone's help. They're happy where they are. They're just mildly curious. And sometimes they're in transition saying, listen, I think I'm going to get laid off, or I've just been laid off, or I've just got divorced, or I'm moving to a new city and don't know anyone, I need to make another income, or I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I want to change. I'm 30, 40, 50 years old, my life's flying by, and I don't like it. I'm getting up in the morning to go and do a job, and I put out to the world that I love my job, but in reality, I go, no, it's Monday morning, and I go, oh, it's hump day, halfway through the week, and then it's Friday, but I love my job. Okay, something's not adding up there. Okay, if you're Monday, hump day, Friday, you hate your job, I've got news for you, you don't like it. You might tell everyone you like it, but I've got news. If I wrote you a check for $10 million right now, would you show up on Monday morning for your job that you claim to love? No! You wouldn't, because you don't. I love my job. Oh, BS. Who does? There are people that do. Okay, would you do it for nothing? That's my question. Would you do your job for nothing? Okay. My job, not that I have a job, my job is talking with people. Would I do it for nothing? Yeah, I did it for years for nothing. It's no different. I connected people for years, never got any money out of it. I do it to this day. I go to a restaurant, I'll go to a bar, I'll go to a movie, I'll tell people about it. I'll post it. I just went to a supermarket. I've started going there this week for breakfast. I got to tell you, as far as groceries or supermarkets go, I have never seen anything like this place. Everyone's uniformed up, everyone's smart, everyone's smiling, and it's not fake. You can get the vibration that there's a great atmosphere in there. It's a supermarket, and these guys are having fun. So guess what? I go there every day and I have fun with them. Never seen anything like it. Just like laughing, joking. Most people that work in a supermarket are not laughing and joking all the time. These guys are having a blast. So, this is the thing. Make what you do fun. Make what you do something you love. What do I love? I love people. I love people. I love people. That's it. When I was doing it for nothing or doing it for income, I still love people. The situation now is You know what? I love people that much. If I can help them, I'll help them. And if they're in a happy spot and a good place, I still love them the same. But if I can help them, I can help them. So if they're in that spot of transition, in that spot of breaking point, Tony, I'm going to lose my job, I've got no income, I've got a mortgage, you don't understand, I've got bills. When people tell me, you don't understand, I've got bills, I actually don't go like this. Bills! Holy crap. You're the one that gets them. We all have them! Okay, we all have them. Yeah, but Tony, you don't understand. No, I understand. We all have them. You have bills? Holy... I've never met anyone like you before. Someone that has bills. Unbelievable. Okay? Unbelievable. Jeez, I shouldn't really drink coffee. Yeah, I understand. And I also understand life's roller coaster. And I also understand that I started a business when I got wiped out. With my last money I had in my pocket, I started a business. With my last money I had in my pocket, I started a business. Adversity is life's greatest motivator. So when I find people that are at breaking point, they give me all kinds of excuses why they can't get into business with me, I don't listen. It doesn't resonate. Because I could have made those excuses myself. I found a way. I got hacked, I got wiped out. I had no plastic and I needed plastic. So I call him on the phone with Darren and I say, listen, you know what, I just got hacked, I've got no plastic, I can't use anything, what do I do? It won't let me use a friend's plastic. Go get a prepaid card. I didn't even know what a prepaid card was. I go to the pharmacy. He told me where to get them. Prepaid cards, okay. A couple $100 in my pocket, put it on a prepaid card, bought myself into a business. Well, Darren, I'm in. Right, what do I do now? 30 hours, profit. Why? I had no idea what I was doing. Not a clue. Didn't matter. I just put something on Facebook that just said, just got into a new business, looks good. Boom. 30 hours, profit. More than doubled my money in 30 hours. So that's the sort of thing I don't, traditional business is too slow for me. I look for stuff to go from 0 to 5 figures income in a month, 2 months. I look for stuff to go from 0 to 6-figure income in 2, 3, 4 months. I look for stuff to go from 0 to 7-figure income within the year. And when I find that, I'm all in. That's it. And the same people who are ridiculing me now were ridiculing me before. And they're still working jobs. And they're still broke. And I don't care. Because if you're not being laughed at and not being mimicked and not being spoke about behind your back, you're not doing very much in your life. If people aren't hating you, people aren't loving you. If you're sat on that fence in the middle, I got news for you. No one's even noticing you. So, who cares what people think? Who cares what broke people think? Who cares what people that, go to work 9 to 5 and pretend they love the job, but they talk, oh no, it's Monday, hump day, yay, it's Friday. Who cares what those people think? Okay, they're not awoken yet. They're not awake. They're going to tiptoe safely through life to hopefully get to death. They're going to tiptoe safely through life to hopefully get to death. What's their legacy going to be? Well, I bought this house for $100,000 and now it's worth $500,000. I got news for you. You didn't buy a house for $100,000. You got a mortgage and probably paid more than the house is worth over 25, 30 years. Okay. What have you accomplished? What's your legacy? Okay. Is it just numbers? Because if your legacy is just numbers for your kids, it's not really a legacy. Your legacy is, I came to this world, I came to this planet, I came to this earth. I need to leave it better than when I got here. That's it. In whichever way, shape or form we see fit. Could be anything. Could be planting trees. I don't know. It's whatever works for you, wherever your feel is. If it's to help the homeless, if it's to feed starving kids, if it's to walk dogs, if it's to build a skyscraper. Doesn't matter. I just found something on my shirt. That's nice. Whatever it is, leave this life better than you got here. Guys, can you unmute yourselves? Let's have a chat. 2 minutes. We're going to have a chat. Unmute. There's Shrina!
Hey, hey.
What's going on in the UK today?
Who, me? I tried, I don't know that word. Can you hear me properly?
Properly.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. I made some calls today, do my 25 list, and went through it all. That's it, really. And just trying to get people to come to my hangout on Monday.
Cool.
Yeah.
You gonna hang out with Darren on Monday?
Yeah, 7. Be there, be square.
Got the D-man in your corner? That's cool. I wonder what hat he'll be wearing on Monday.
It'll be fun. I'm
He'll
looking
have a hat.
forward to
I'm trying to get him to lose the hats.
it. The hats.
The hats. He's always got a hat on. Cool. He's the man. He's the man.
Yeah, so I've got about, I think I've got about 7, 8 people interested. Whether they turn up half it, 4.
Doesn't matter.
So
Just doesn't matter. Keep
just
on doing
keep going. Just keep going.
doing what
yeah,
you're doing. So here's the reality.
I know.
Are you doing a live thing at your house? Is that what you're saying?
Well, we've got to, yeah.
Or a hangout?
No. Google Hangout.
Okay. So here's the reality. Okay. The hangouts hold about 8 to 9 people. Depends on your bandwidth.
Yeah.
If you want 8 to 9 people on there, take you and Darren out of the equation. I'd say realistically invite 20 or 30 people.
Imagine, yeah. Okay.
And what my feel is on hangouts when I do them with people, I kind of bat around about 100%. I don't say that, about 80%. People are on the hangouts, whether it's with myself or with Darren.
Yeah.
You know the hangouts, and even though the hangouts aren't directly talking about business, people get the fun, people get the energy. People get, I want to work with these guys. That's how I got involved with Darren. After 2 years chatting with him about anything and everything, apart from business, never tried to pitch one ever, it just occurred to me, I like this guy, why the hell are we not working together? We're so similar, why are we not working together? And if people like you, they'll just find a reason to do business with you. It's that simple. If people like you, they actually couldn't care less what you're doing, they'll just find a reason to do business with you. They just want to be with you. They want to hang with you. I get people flying to New York all the time that just want to hang out. I want to go to that restaurant. You're up next, young lady. I need to go to that restaurant. I want to go to Finelli's in Soho. What goes on there? What goes on in El Paso? What goes on in this place? What do you do? I want to go on a walk in the park. What's this thing you do walking around the park? I want to see that. I almost feel like I should be getting paid by the city of New York. As not a tourist.
You should be a host. New York.
I do. Anyone that comes here, I give them the free on the free tour. And then
you can have like a link of restaurants and get tips. You don't need them.
Well, it's the reality. Here's the reality, though. Here's the big reality: is when we act selfless, when we do it completely selfless, without.
I'm not there yet.
You are there. You are there. You're not aware. Take care. You are there. You're not aware.
I need the money. Where's it go?
Listen. You are there, not aware. Okay. Stop with the self-talk with the money.
No.
Do the right thing. When you do the right thing right, money is the byproduct. It's like magic. It's just like magic. It starts to, when we feel, and I know you do your proclamations. I am love, I am happiness, I am compassion. I know that, okay? And I'm sure you've got other ones. But
I need to do the other one.
bring abundance to it. Bring worthiness to it, okay? Become worthy.
I am leader one.
Hmm?
I said I'll do the ones that you've given me as well. I've decided today to do them. I am a leader.
As I'm chatting with you right now, I'm getting notifications here of people that were asking me about business yesterday. Boom, non-stop. So, keep doing what you're doing. Gary, are you on a silent mode there, or can we speak with you? We've got Gary in Colorado. I think he's doing the Colorado dude out on the back porch. The Colorado Marlboros. Dude! So you're in, Colorado. It's weed is legal, by the way, Karina, just saying. So Gary moved to Colorado just as weed becomes legal, but it was purely for business. Okay, Curtis, you want to unmute yourself, man? No. Okay. So listen, I'm going to wind this down. $99 for.
Are you talking to me?
Oh, there's Curtis. There.
Sorry.
Where? I forgot. Where in the world are you, Curtis? Whereabouts are you?
Vancouver, BC.
Oh, you're in.
They're in the backyard.
Okay, so I've got 3 people here. One in Vancouver, BC, one in Colorado, and one in the UK. Kind of like it's like a weed growers convention. This I feel. How's Vancouver today?
Sunny. It's about 15 degrees.
What's that in old money? 15? It's about 60, is it?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think you times it by 2 or something like that.
Well,
that gives you,
It's nice. Yeah, I know. You know what I get with Vancouver? I've got some wonderful friends there, and you may even know them. I don't know. Do you know Dov Barron?
No, doesn't ring a bell.
Marcus Torgerson or Darren Little, these guys, and I get such a great feeling. My ex-business partner Gloria Gomez is up there. I get such a great feeling from people over there. You know, one day I'll get there. One day. You know, I don't get to Queens these days. It's like I've got this, can't step off the island. I can't step off the island. I may starve. You know, I may not be world-class food. It may not be world-class food the other side of the bridge. I can't go there. Okay, you guys have shopping malls and vehicles and stuff. Ah! So I get kind of stuck in the city. But yeah, Vancouver's on my list, and I've spoke with a few people. And actually, some good friends of mine in the city here and said, like, if you didn't live here, where would you live? And it's generally always say Vancouver. And I've never been. I lived in Canada for years on and off. I mean, I don't know, I want to say about seven years of my adult life. I lived mainly in southern Ontario, mainly Toronto, but also a few other towns around there. Did a year in Montreal and did about 4 months in Ottawa. Don't go there, man.
The beautiful thing about Vancouver is you have 4 world-class snow, like mountains, you know, with snow, so you can do skiing, right? And then you have a lot of lakes, and you have the river and the ocean, like right at your doorstep. Yeah, it's got the best of both worlds.
I believe so. I lived in Canada. I lived in Canada long enough never to want to snow again. I mean, snow's great the first day. But like after 4 months, you were like, okay, no problem. Where's the sunshine? And so now when I see snow, I get a taxi to the airport. Head south. Head south.
We only see about snow touch the ground for about a week.
You know, I'm kind of snowed out. Next year, we're doing a bike ride down the Crest Trail from the Canadian border down to Mexico, down to sea. And some of that goes as high up as 13,500 feet, so I'm sure I'll be running into snow. So anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this. So much for getting on it. Thanks so much. This is a pressure test for my Google Hangouts. It's been shut down for a week. Not shut down, but it's just not been working. There's been issues. So I had a huge blowout with Google yesterday. I actually found a number where someone's on the end of a phone. And I blew up with it completely. And after it, they said, oh, by the way, would you like to do a customer satisfaction survey? I said, sure, I'll do that. Will you say anything bad about us? Magically, everything got fixed in 5 minutes. So I'm here, I'm back, and I'm live. We got the Hangouts going on, so live from New York City. I'm out of here. Guys, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for jumping on here.
See you. Bye.